The Civil War of 1861 through 1865, a moment in history that cannot be forgotten. Two sides, both fighting for their beliefs, the Union for free slaves and the Confederacy for slavery expansion. Before we get into the video, let's go to the events that led to the war between the states.
Okay, go. One of the many reasons for the start of the Civil War was the fight between the state and the government. During this time, there was still a struggle between who got central political power, the state or the federal government. The main issue was the institution of slavery, and whether the right to regulate it or abolish it was in the federal government's hands or the duty of the state. The secession of South Carolina also played a role in the eruption of the war. In 1860, South Carolina decided to dissolve their relationship with the United States and be on its own. As they continued with their secession, South Carolina influenced other states to follow their lead to create the Southern Confederacy. Along with this secession, the beating of Charles Sumner also made tensions more relevant. In the year 1856, state representatives Charles Sumner of Massachusetts and Preston Brooks of South Carolina got into a physical altercation at the U.S. Capitol over the issue of bleeding Kansas, a period of time where violence between abolitionists and Southern Yankees broke out during the settling of the Kansas Territory and beat him unconscious with a cane.
They think they're better than us. They haven't seen anything yet. They think they can beat us on our own soil. We'll see on the battlefield.
Exactly. This shouldn't take long.
Can I ask you a question, Commander Lee?
What?
How does one fight for an army or even a cause that they don't even support?
Look, I may not agree with everything that you do down here with these people, but my everything is to Virginia, and I will do everything in my power to do it justice.
But would you die for it, though?
If my plan works, I might not have to.
Now that you have watched and witnessed some first-hand accounts of the Civil War, we're going to lastly go over some key points and strategies used by both the Union and Confederacy during the war.
Ready. Yes, Anjane and I are going to discuss two key strategies and how the Union defeated the Confederacy, starting with the famous Anaconda Plan. The Anaconda Plan was a strategy used by the Union to block southern ports to starve the South's income and supplies, and drive southward along the Mississippi River to split the Confederacy in two, thus fatally weakening it. Just how an anaconda will coil around its prey and squeeze it to death. The Confederacy, however, went with foreign support in order to win the war. Militarily, they wanted to do enough damage to erode the Union's will to fight. Politically, they wanted aid from France and Britain in exchange for crops. During the war, soldiers were exposed to new things such as travel and technology. America had access to newer weapons that increased the killing scale of war rapidly. In the end, Lee surrendered to Grant and the Union had victory at last.
The Civil War ended in 1865 and answered two questions. Those being if the United States' power was to be in the hands of the states or in the hands of the national government, and whether this nation would continue to exist as the largest slaveholding country in the world. In the end, the Union won the war, preserving the United States as one nation, and ended the institution of slavery which had divided the country from its very beginnings. But these achievements did not come without a cost. 625,000 lives, which is nearly as many American soldiers that have died in all of the other wars in which this country has fought. The American Civil War was the largest and most bloodiest war that America has ever seen.
And go. Yes, Anjanae and I are going to discuss two key strategies used in the war by the Union and how the Union defeated the Confederates. Nope.
Okay, go. The socio and economical differences also led to a rift between. Oh, can I restart?
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay. They think they're better than us? They haven't seen anything yet.
They think they can beat us on our own soil. We'll see on the battlefield.
Exactly. This shouldn't take long.
Can I ask you a question, Commander Lee?
Oh, I'm in the background
What?
right now.